Kawhi Leonard added 34 in the win. He's addressing the media now.
I think we're just playing the flow of the game pretty much, trying to do everything. If it's defense, rebounding the basketball, talking on the floor, shots gonna go in or not. Our job is to keep being aggressive for ourselves and others. If Paul has it going, we're gonna go to him. If I got it going, it's gonna come to me. But if anybody else on the team has it going, we're gonna try to get them the next shot as well. Reggie played great tonight. Nico also did, and everybody on the bench coming in with energy. Luke making shots, T-Man playing defense, Pat energy. So, we just not really a selfish team. Like I said before, we just want to make the right plays on the floor.
Thanks. We'll go next to Law.
Well, you mentioned after game 2 that you're just trying to take with defense getting you. You just told Andrew a version of that. What was the defense? What was the difference between what you saw in the first half and what you saw in the second half beyond just making shots?
That's all it is. It's either gonna go in or not. My job is to stay aggressive. There's no magic to it.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Farbach.
I know you listed a lot of positives in today's game, but I just want to know if there was one thing you were most impressed with in the transition from game 2 to game 3.
Just our effort. Being more physical, boxing out, getting the rebounds, being more detailed to the game plan. And the biggest thing is that we made shots tonight. We was getting open looks, I believe, in game 2, and we weren't knocking them down, and tonight we knocked them down.
Next, Mark Medina.
Hey, Kawhi, now that you guys have had a second season together and more time to play together, how do you think that the chemistry with you and PG has evolved and improved over time?
It's still evolving. We came in with Doc Rivers last year, and then now we're playing with T. Lou. So, your chemistry is still growing. They, like I said before in past interviews, Doc and T. Lou are two different coaches. So coming from one, set of plays, going to a new set of plays, you always have to, rebuild a chemistry from there. But like I said, we're just both out there just trying to win a basketball game, and if one of us has it going, one of our teammates, we're going to look for him.
Thanks. Next to Tomer.
Hey, Kawhi, congrats on the win. We're trying to have looked at it in the games you guys have lost. They've been relatively close losses, especially down the stretch. And in some of the wins, you guys have sometimes blown them out. Sometimes won by 10, 15 points. I'm curious, does that tell you anything about this team, that even in the losses, when you guys might not be playing well, it's still a close game? Does that really tell you anything?
You always go back and see what you did wrong with these wins, and if it's a close loss. Like I said, I felt like game 2, we had some open looks down the stretch, and we just missed them. That's just the way basketball goes. We all wish we could control the shooting. All of us would be shooting 90% out there, 100%. So, like I said before, it's about playing the right way, knowing if we having defensive breakdowns, and seeing are we executing on the offensive end. That's the only thing you can look at. If we're setting screens, are we running hard to our spots, and if you make shots or not, you got to live with it.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks. Time for one more. Go ahead, Ramona.
Thanks. Hey, Kawhi, Ty's been talking to us a little bit about you and Paul having to play make a little bit more, especially when you get into the paint and creating for others, playing in that role. Paul especially has been sort of a point guard for you this year. Have you seen that? I know when he puts you in that role, is that different for you? Is it a different approach than you've had in other positions or other years that you've been out there, or is it just an escalation of what was starting last year?
It's definitely growth for me, especially coming into it last year. Just really not having that true PG. But,
Yeah.
But it's a challenge. Like I always say, it makes the game more exciting. It's something different that I haven't, been through. But just areas where I could grow at, as a player. So take the challenge and just have fun with it and just play the game.
Have you done some work with Chauncey at all in that? I know I guess Chauncey's been working with Paul a lot in that role.
I talk to everybody pretty much on the staff. Just to see what we're doing wrong or ways I could get better, make the team better. But I talk to Chauncey, here and there, just ask him nitpicking of what he used to see and just what he's seeing now out there, just being a coach now. So we have our little talks here and there.
Oh, thanks, Kawhi.
Thanks, Kawhi.
Game 1 and 2 versus tonight.
I think I just shot my shots. Looked to get to the shots I'm most comfortable with, and stuck with it.
Simple as that?
Yes, simple as that.
Thanks, PG.
Thanks. Next to Mark Medina.
Hey, Paul, to follow up on that, Ty talks a lot about you being aggressive. What do you think goes into doing that on a game-to-game basis?
Being what?
Being aggressive. What do you think goes into that on a game-to-game basis?
It's just putting pressure, whether I'm shooting the ball, scoring, or making plays. It's just all about putting pressure on the defense and just staying with a attack mentality all game.
Thanks. Next to Mason.
Hey, PG. The broadcast all series has picked up a lot of you and Joe Ingles talking either in between plays or at the free throw line. What's your relationship with him like now? 3 years removed from the series when you were with Thunder. What are you guys good or what's your relationship?
I don't care about him. Next question.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Ramona.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
Good.
Ty's been telling us a little bit about the work he's done with Chauncey this year and sort of playing in that point guard role and initiating the offense a little bit more. Can you just kind of expound on what your relationship with Chauncey has been, some of the things you've worked on and things he's either taught you or taken from him?
Yeah, Chauncey's been great, man. Chauncey's been great. He's been a big influence on my game, and he's been just a great vet and a champion. Great person to talk to and have as a resource. He's been talking through a lot of me handling and playing point and decision making and tempo, pace, a lot of stuff from a point guard mindset and a point guard point of view, because I have been doing a lot of creating and a lot of ball handling. So he's just been helping me through that, and a lot of credit goes to him for my progression.
Thanks. Next up, Miriam.
Hey, Paul. Congrats, man. I wanted to ask about Terrence, who obviously came in and gave you guys some good run and spit energy today. But for a young guy like that to kind of be in and out, what does it say for him to kind of come out and take care of business?
Yeah, it says a lot. I've been, the biggest supporter of T-Man and the biggest fan of T-Man. He steps in and he's a ball player, and a kid that can do everything and anything that you ask of him on the floor. So, again, huge luxury to have a young guy that is just ready at all times, and so he's been great for us.
Thanks. Next to Rebecca.
Hey, PG, heading into this game, you talked about how you wanted to, take on the challenge of the one-on-one play. And tonight with Donovan, you guys held him scoreless there in that first quarter. What was your focus in terms of the way that you were able to set this tone early, defensively in particular?
We just made an emphasis that, he's not going to beat us tonight. We're going to force everybody else to play, and we're just not going to let him walk in the shots tonight and get the looks that he won early tonight.
Thanks. Time for one more. Go ahead, Ohm.
PG, what is it like when you and Kawhi got it going like you guys did tonight, scoring over 30? is this kind of, you've talked about how you guys have envisioned games like this, but when you're doing it now in game 3 of the second round, what is it like for you two?
I mean, it's great. We both understand we got to be aggressive from this point on and do whatever it takes to win. And so, that's just the mentality we had to come out, get this team on the right start offensively, and again, just be aggressive. That's just what it's going to come down to for us.